Time do I have? 6:50. All right. Thinking of the bar mitzvah students, the night before my bar mitzvah, my grandmother, my bubby, took a razor and shaved my oh-so-proud mustache that I had. Without shaving cream, she just said, "Get over here." And all day I was in pain. That's what I remember most. I hope you don't have that experience. Pain. The High Holy Days are coming. I love the High Holy Days, the food, family. And yet I didn't realize the days were supposed to be filled with joy. Sometimes it felt so painful sitting through services and the seriousness of it. And then I later learned that for the rabbis, the High Holy Days were supposed to be some of the most joyful days of the entire year, which may seem kind of strange. How could not eating or sitting in synagogue all day be one of the happiest days of the year? And I actually think the secret is found in our Torah portion this week. This week, we have this whole long list of laws, just like many of your Torah portions. And you may read it and be like, what is going on here? What's the meaning of this law? Well, this week we read a law that says, you shall not see your friend's ox or sheep going astray and ignore them. You must surely return them to your friends. Really important stuff. Meaning, if you see another person about to lose their sheep or their oxen, you need to say something and return it. Seems kind of like foreign. So the way I've always taught this verse until this year was if you saw a friend losing money out of their pocket, you shouldn't let it fall to the ground so that you can scoop it up and take it. You need to return it. Then this year, for the first time, as I was thinking through what I want to share this evening, I realized that most people don't carry cash anymore, and our bar mitzvah students won't even know what I'm talking about. So this morning I met with our clergy and I said, I'm going to tell the story about the oxen and the sheep and like how it's like if you see someone losing their concert tickets out of their pocket. And guess what they told me? Nobody carries concert tickets, Joel. True story. So they fed me as the old rabbi. If you see a friend whose earbuds are about to fall out of their pocket, you should not, or their ears, you should not wait for them to lose their earbuds and then take them, but instead you are obligated to return their property. And then the rabbis, a couple hundred years later in the Midrash, added, you shouldn't just make sure they can return their property, but you also have to return people to themselves. Because sometimes people get lost, and you need to help them return to their true selves. In fact, not only do you have to help your friends return to their true selves, guess what you need to do? Sometimes return yourself to your true self. Which brings us to the High Holy Days, when we look inside and find ourselves. What's inside of us? What makes us tick? What makes us special? Now, there's a story of a girl who lost her earbuds. She was outside in a park. Evidently, they fell out, and she was looking for them under a streetlight. And a boy walked by and said, "Excuse me, what are you looking for?" And she said, "I'm looking for my earbuds." And the boy said, "Ah, okay, you lost them here?" And she said, "No, I lost them over there, in the dark, by the softball field." And the boy said, "Well, then why are you looking for them over here, underneath the streetlight?" And she said, "Because I can see here." Sometimes we look in the easy places where it's already lit up. But the High Holy Days reminds us that the most important places we can look are sometimes the hard, dark places. But we need to explore them to be our best selves. And when you do so, and you find them, guess what? That is one of the happiest days of the year, where you say, "I found it. I found me." So everyone, we're heading into a season of joy with some hard work on the side. We're back. The holidays are coming. Let us rejoice together. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
And Shabbat Shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom. It's never too soon to get into that High Holy Day spirit,
You bet.
is it, Rabbi?
Slichot is coming next week.
Let's join together. The words are not on the screen. My hope is they're in your heart, but they're also not too complicated if they're new to you. The words are return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. It sounds like this. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Beautiful, let's try that again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Who, what, where? Return